we're talking about stuff we can enjoy at home. So we'll start this week, because obviously we can't talk theatrical anymore, but that doesn't mean we can't get new movies in your home. And as you brought this to me initially, we're getting a wave of films now that are coming to DVD in a month's time, for instance, that are getting early releases on digitals. Go on the iTunes store and buy them on your Apple TV, buy them on your Fire Stick, buy them on your phone if you want, but you can own the film early on digital. We're getting a few of these this week, and they're not exactly small titles, are they?
No, not at all. I mean, we've got some really big hitters. One of my favourite follow-ups that I saw recently in the last few months, I remember you and I sat here in this screening, front row of the balcony, absolutely giggling our backsides off. Bad Boys for Life. Now, this could have gone one way or the other, to be honest. It could have been a real flop.
This is actually still one of the biggest hits of the year, because, there's not been many films released. So I think it's still the biggest box office smash of the year.
Do you know what? I'm not surprised. I mean, it would have been up there regardless, even if there had been a lot of movies out this year, because to be honest, it was one of those films that had a little bit of everything. It had the nostalgic throwback with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. It had the great action sequences. I mean, some of those driving sequences were incredible. And then also it had the humour as well. It was super funny.
I think it worked as well because, like you say, it was nostalgic. It had the classic Bad Boys formula, the I'm getting too old for this, but it also had something of a generational sequel to it, like teaming them up with younger cops and the differing methods and things like that. And of course, it's all about the reunion. So it's all about Will Smith as Mike Lowry, Martin Lawrence as Marcus Burnett, the original Bad Boys, they're back. This time, Mike Lowry is marked for death by a mysterious assailant. The two have to begrudgingly team up after Lawrence's retirement to, take down the bad guys.
So we just gonna do a knock and talk. What? Hey, look, all our lives we've been bad boys, all right? Now it's time to be good men.
Who in the hell wanna sing that song? Good man, what you gonna do?
Well, maybe if you sing the song like you meant it, it'll catch on. No. Knock and talk.
Yeah, knock, knock.
Lady, get down! I need you on your knees with your hands behind your head right now.
It's so good to see them back. And does Will Smith ever age? I mean, he looks incredible in this.
But I think Martin Lawrence makes up for that, to be fair.
Yeah. But I quite like that. A little bit squidgy around the edges. Moving on, one of the big films of December, actually, that came out was Little Women, a big awards contender as well, the Greta Gerwig film. I have to say I was really sceptical about this one, its cinematic release, because I'm a huge fan of the Winona Ryder, Susan Sarandon and Christian Bale.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
I'll
that
try
version
and be
of it.
shocked, Beck.
I know. I can almost recite that whole movie word for word. So I was interested to see what Greta Gerwig was going to do with this. I know you're not the biggest fan. You feel she's a little bit overhyped as a director, and I kind of get that. But I actually have to say I really enjoyed the way they portrayed Little Women. I mean, I thought Saoirse Ronan was excellent as Jo Marsh in this. Not as good as Winona Ryder, but very, very good nonetheless. I thought Timothée Chalamet was great as well. All round, interesting take on it, and definitely something that renewed the format of the story.
I believe we have some power over who we love. It isn't something that just happens to a person.
I think the poets might disagree.
Well, I'm not a poet. I'm just a woman. And as a woman, there's no way for me to make my own money. Not enough to earn a living or to support my family. And if I had my own money, which I don't, that money would belong to my husband the moment we got married. And if we had children, they would be his, not mine. They would be his property. So don't sit there and tell me that marriage isn't an economic proposition, because it is. It may not be for you, but it most certainly is for me.
And of course, Florence Pugh there, who for me, I think Florence Pugh stole the show for me. She got her Oscar nom for this, didn't she?
She did. 100% she stole the show for that. And actually, I can't believe I just forgot to mention her in it, because actually she was so brilliant.
So many good people, though. There's so many you can forget so easily.
Well, there's a lot of March girls, to be honest. It looked fresh. It looked... they had some really clever flashback sequences that worked really well. And overall, it was just something that I think gets you excited about the story again. So definitely worth a watch.
Excellent. Well, we've also got something for the horror fans this week as well. We've got the release of The Ratched, a new movie from Vertigo. That's going to be available on digital as well. A young boy takes on going through a familial divorce, goes and takes on a 1,000-year-old witch who lives next door. This sounds like a lot of fun as well. But for me, I want something with some gristle. I want something with some political clout. Bombshell, for me, that's one worth going to. The story of the sexual harassment scandals, sexual misconduct scandals at Fox News under Roger Ailes, starring the likes of Charlize Theron, Margot Robbie, and Nicole Kidman. Hell of a movie.
They have a contractual right to monitor our communications. A hotline in this building is like a complaint box in occupied Paris. It's like we're telling women, go on, speak up for yourself, just know the entire network is with Roger. No one will believe you. They'll call you a liar. Oh, and as for your career, you want assignments and airtime? Go ahead. Call the paranoid man who decides your salary a pervert, and do that on a anonymous hotline he controls. On a phone, he has a contractual right to record. Jesus Christ, do you think women are idiots? It's like somebody stripped you naked and they want you to walk through this office just to prove it.
I think a lot of people really enjoyed this. I was a little bit more unenthused about it. I think that it was trying to do too much, and it made the whole kind of plot quite messy overall. There were obviously 3 integral characters in there. I thought Charlize Theron was absolutely incredible and unrecognisable in her role as well.
Very true,
I just felt there were just too many narrative points to it that I was like, where am I going with this one? Am I following Margot Robbie's character? Am I following Nicole Kidman? Am I following Charlize Theron? And it's obviously, it all goes towards the same thing.
Well, I mean, it's a poster with the faces of 3 women. I kind of expect that I'm going to hear 3 women's stories.
No, I know, but
it's not like it's not just Margot Robbie and then there's Nicole Kidman and Charlize Theron flanking her. It's the prominently sized faces of 3 women.
I did, however, feel that Nicole Kidman didn't get as much airtime as the other 2 in this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's probably more expensive to keep around every day. That's what it is.
For
me, though, basically, The Big Short with sexual misconduct. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable at times. Performances, though, great.
Yeah, good performances, definitely, for sure. Another big film, a Pixar film that is out this week, is Onward as well. There's a huge, huge love for Pixar with all of its back catalogue, from Toy Story to WALL-E to Up. This one, for me, didn't quite hit the same iconic mark as the other ones, but nevertheless, really enjoyable. Good voice work from Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. And, a simple story told really well about finding out whether or not there's still magic left in the world.
Yeah, I mean, good fun. I had a lot of laughs at the expense of this one. Again, I got a little misty-eyed at the end as well. And of course, all of these films are available on digital from today. You can buy them on whatever digital movie store of your choice. You can buy those from today, May the 8th. But of course, there's other things out there for your digital movie viewing requirements. There's Lionsgate Live, which is a new season that's taking place on the Lionsgate UK YouTube channel. Every Saturday at 6 p.m, they're making a different film available to you for your viewing pleasure for free. They started this off last week with La La Land. This Saturday at 6 p.m, you can go on their YouTube channel. You can watch Eddie the Eagle, which was very fun, I thought, as well.
Yeah, I loved Eddie the Eagle.
And of course, next week as well, this is just carrying on. So we've got the Hunger Games to come in the next few weeks. I think Bend It Like Beckham is next week. I say this is just for free on YouTube, so get your fill, get some cinematic fun.